Not Enough is on Eddie Waxing TV. And the movie, it features Maurice, we have Ekanem, Etim, as well as Eddie Waxing himself in this movie. Now, uh, this movie, Not Enough, talks about a married woman who became very vindictive, very displeasurable, very condescending, very unpleasant towards the husband because the husband was not being man enough according to her. The man was not giving her everything in 100% in terms of financial gain. She wasn't getting that because she was comparing her marriage to that of her friend who was getting everything from her husband. So pretty much that's what it is, not enough. Despite everything the husband was still doing, it wasn't enough, so she went out cheating on the husband. Ooh. So let's get into the characters of this movie. Eddie Watson and Maurice Sam. I don't think I have seen these two characters in a movie before. So when I saw the thumbnail, I was like, hold up, maybe I have to give this movie a watch. I think I'm pleased I did that, seeing Eddie and Maurice act together. Not so much of 100% performance or even 80, but I think it was an okay performance. So let's start with Maurice Sam. Now, Maurice Sam didn't release a movie this week, so obviously he has been on other project, which is Sonia, which is project, and this one. So I'm guessing that took away the time he had to produce his movie. So here, Morrison was this character that was not interested in relationship or whatever. He came in as a bestie and was hanging out and taking money from this married woman. Deceiving her into believing that he actually loves her and wants to take her. Pretty much that was just the character he was playing. He didn't appear so much in this movie. Latter part in the movie, I think that's where he came into play. His character was not so much, just like I said, and also he wasn't really in his element. He wasn't in full control in terms of his presence, because he wasn't really the main character of this movie, so he wasn't in full control. You can't see him more than 6 scenes or 5. Yeah, pretty much. So but those scenes that he was in, you could feel that he was trying to make an impact in the storyline, which obviously he did. And I think the scene that was really touching is when he's having conversation with his best friend about the supposed married woman he's hanging around with. He tried to be more lively, and I think that was okay. Costume wise, I don't even know what he was wearing this movie. I'm like someone who just came back from the UK, be where, and he's in his element. He's just chilling and trying to go back. Like, I don't even know what. He was just this cool guy who is just playing around in Lagos, pretty much hanging around with a married woman and trying to dupe or get some money for his business and then run off. Pretty much that was what Morrison's character was. Now let's move to Eddie Waxing. Now, Eddie Waxing, obviously this is his project, so he's going to be more in tune with his character and let us feel his emotions more, and that is exactly what he did. Now, one of my favorite scenes, obviously, from this movie is the last scene. That was a good touch. That was really, really a good touch. Walking away from the whole situation, and as if not taking the wife back or giving each other a break. That was a good one because you can't do all of that to me and you beg I'll take you back. I need a break. I love how the movie ended, and I love how he didn't even say much at that scene. He just walked out. That was a good one. I think I like that part of this movie. And they wasn't try as much as possible to bring a little emotion out of him, Edim doesn't really have that hyper performance when it comes to display emotions. He doesn't have it. I don't see him. I don't see it in him. And that is not a problem. At least if you have the looks and you can do other things when it comes to acting, I think you're good to go. He tried his best here. I think let me say this. In the last couple of 3 weeks, or let's say a month now, most of the actors on YouTube are beginning to put in a little bit of effort in their performance, which is really good for YouTube fans or YouTube, YouTube fans. It's good because at least now, in terms of actors are giving value. They try to give value, not with production in terms of location or costume or things like that. In terms of bringing character to life, the actors try their best. Compare it to the beginning of the year or last year. In the last 1 month, they've been trying their best. So Eddie Watson is one of those actors who are trying to make us feel in tune with their character. I like that. Costume wise, I don't know what he was wearing. I think because he's a business tycoon who is struggling. Yeah, subtle costume, I think that was okay. Then let's talk about Ekanem. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Pardon me, please. She was fantastic. She was actually the outstanding actor in this movie. I love her character. I just love everything she did. I was even pissing off with her character. I'm like, this man is doing everything for you, girl. You are not seeing it. It was just not enough. And she is the reason the title is not enough. I love her character. She did really well. We did so much. I love the scene where she was like, I didn't sleep with him. Well, not only you not sleeping with him is not cheating. Everything you did every other thing. Sleeping with him just saying justify the other things that you did with him. I think that was really, really nice. I like that about her character. Costume wise, I don't even know what I think this particular project costume is underwhelming, even with a couple that was trying to prove a point that the husband is doing everything for her. She's showing off. The showing off self was not really showing off. You could not see the wealth on her as a married woman who was trying to prove a point with her wealth. So I think the Western need to be more should invest more when it comes to the other aspect of his movies, because costume, location of this movie, there's a lot of question marks in that regard. His house is even more beautiful than the couple that was trying to prove that they are more wealthy than a divorcing as a couple. So what is the point? What is the comparison? Yep. Anywho, another thing I think I don't like about this movie is cinematography. I don't know what's wrong. I'm not like, no. I don't like the cinematography for this movie at all. And then, excuse me, the size. I don't know what's wrong. I'm not happy with the size. What I mean size, I mean the frame size that the movie was posted in. I didn't like that as well. So I had an issue with the cinematography, the camera angles. I don't know, the blurring and then the yellowish color scheme. I'm not a fan of that. So that is that. Not enough. It's not bad. Rating it, I'm going to give it 3/10. Do well to watch. Not enough is on Eddie Watson TV, so do well to check it out. I'll see you all in the next video.